Welcome to Greek Verse a Day. Today we're translating Revelation 1:12. You're working from this, I'm working from the screen. Let's go ahead and do a first slow reading and then a faster reading after that one. Kai epistrepsa blepein tein phonein hatis elale met emu. Kai epistrepsas edon hepta luknios krusas. This time a little bit faster. Kai epistrepsa blepein tein phonein hatis elale met emu. Kai epistrepsas edon hepta luknios krusas. So the first thing to do is pause here, spend a minute or two with the verse and see what you recognize and what you can do by way of translation. All right, so we have here, starting with the word and, kai, epistrepsa. So in this case, we have, this is going to be an aorist, active, indicative, a first person singular from epi, strepho. So what I want you to notice with respect to this lexical form here is that epi with the iota here is a preposition. So this is a compound verb with a proper preposition. Remember, the difference between a proper preposition and an improper preposition is a proper preposition is literally preposed to a verb. It's added to the beginning of a verb, which is what makes it a proper preposition. An improper preposition is one that is disconnected, is not added to a verb. So epi is a proper preposition added to the verb strepho. So this whole thing is going to mean to turn. And this is an aorist. We know this is an aorist because of two different things. So we have the sigma hiding in here. This phi, when a sigma is added to a phi, we get this psi here, and you can hear the sigma in the epistreps ah. So that sigma of the aorist is sort of hiding by way of amalgamation in this psi right here. And then also we have the augment, but the augment comes right here. So when we have a verb that has a proper preposition attached to it, the augment happens between the verb, the verb proper, and the preposition that's attached to it. So the augment goes right in here, and it's sort of taken over the iota. So this epsilon right here is our augment. And so I call your attention to this because when we look down here, we see some similarities between these two words, but notice what letter is here, that we do not have an epsilon here, and we'll get to why that is in just a second, but you might make a guess and sort of mill it over in your mind before we come down here. So as an aorist active indicative, we're going to translate this, and I turned to see, blepein. This is a present active infinitive. Remember, infinitive is just the pure idea of the verb to do whatever. Blepein, so to see. And what is seen, the object of the infinitive here is tein phonein, to see the voice. Which is sort of an odd thing for, and John says some other odd things in Revelation, so maybe it's not that all that odd in the grand scheme of things. To see the voice, John says he sees the voice, presumably the voice of the one. Hatis, who? So hatis here is this is an indefinite relative pronoun. So remember, an indefinite relative pronoun is a combination of the relative pronoun, which we have here with he, and then an indefinite pronoun tis. And so this is going to be a nominative feminine singular, and it's going to be the subject of this next verb right here. A lale, which is an imperfect active indicative third person singular from laleo, to speak. And remember, with the imperfect, we have ongoing action in past time. That we normally sort of visualize the imperfect this way, whereas the aorist is visualized this way. The aorist is action viewed as a whole, completed in past time, where the imperfect was action that was ongoing in past time. So was speaking. So I turned to see the voice which was speaking met a mu, with me. Prepositional phrase, met with the genitive, in this case a first person personal pronoun. The genitive is going to mean with. So to put this first line together, and I turned to see the voice which was speaking with me, kai epistrepsos. So here we get to the same lexical form. This verb is also going to be from epistrepho, but this one's going to be different. It's going to be a aorist active participle, and it's a nominative masculine singular, which we get from this sigma right here. That's going to tell us that case, gender, and number information. And we know that this is a participle rather than a verb, even though we have that sigma alpha that's characteristic of the aorist in a number of different moods, in the indicative mood, but also in participles. We know what gives us a strong hint, or what sort of should tip us off that this is not an indicative verb, as this one is the fact that we have an aorist, but we do not have an augment. Remember, the augment only occurs in the indicative mood. So the augment is assigned to past time in the indicative mood, but it is not used in the other mood. So you will never see the augment in participles, which is what we have here. And we're going to do this as, remember, our sort of go-to translation for participles is to add an ing. So, and turning, remember the difference between a present participle and an aorist participle. In this case, we have an aorist participle. Normally, with a present participle, the action of the participle is happening simultaneously with the action of the verb. That if this were a present participle, it would be while turning, I saw. But it's not. It's an aorist participle, so it's going to be completed action. The action of the participle is going to be done and completed when the action of the verb then takes place. So we'll do something like having turned. So the action of turning is completed, and then the action of the verb starts. Aiden, this is a second aorist active indicative, first person singular from horao, to see. So turning, I saw, and then what was seen was hepta, luknios, krusos. 7 lampstands golden. So once again, we've seen this a couple of times in Revelation now, where the adjective, so this krusos is an adjective that means golden, and you can see that when you look to the note in your reader's edition, and the reader's edition will also give you the vocabulary for this one. But you know that this is an adjective because it gives you those other endings. So it's going to give you the masculine, the feminine, and the neuter ending, because an adjective will change its gender to match the noun that it's modifying. So in this case, it's modifying luknios, the lampstands, and it doesn't have an article before it because the number 7 has sort of taken the place of the article. So rather than the, it's not the 7 golden lampstands, it's just 7 golden lampstands. And so because there is no article, that the luknios is not definite, that is why we have an attributive adjective, which we would often expect to be accompanied by an article. But we don't have the article here because the 7, the hepta, is 7 indiscriminate, 7 sort of non-specific golden lampstands. So let's put it all together. And I turned to see the voice which was speaking with me. And having turned, I saw 7 golden lampstands. 7 golden lampstands.